Ladies and gentlemen, we have another day of practice here in Kansas City for the Chiefs, right in St. Joe. But today's a little bit different. First of all, it was just an offensive period walkthrough, lighter day today. I believe they have a day off tomorrow and then are back on Friday. But I did want to break down some of the plays we did see again. It's just offense only, walkthrough day. And unfortunately, the fans and some of the people taking some videos were actually escorted out of practice because of some lightning that was within a 10-mile radius, so they weren't able to continue to post any more clips from today. So we're going to do what we can to break down what we saw in today's practice a little bit, but I do want to break down some clips from yesterday as well. Before we do so, make sure you guys go follow my guy Farzin here. Not only does he cover almost every single play at practice when he is there, he also covers the team, and he has his YouTube channel where he is going to continue to break down a bunch of different things at practice. So if you are a Chiefs fan, I feel like it only makes sense for you guys to go follow him if you guys want Chiefs content, obviously. With that being said, let's kind of dive a little bit more into the video and talk about today. Again, just offense only. We see no defense here. Just a little play hitting Tyquan Thorne. Keep in mind there was no Hollywood Brown. Xavier Worthy was out with a head injury, I believe. So he was out of practice today. So Tyquan Thorne is getting a lot of these reps with the first team at times. So Tyquan Thorne is definitely a guy that they see maybe even a future in going forward. So definitely excited about Tyquan Thorne and where he is, how far he has come over the past few weeks. But just a little cross there, hitting him in space. Nothing too crazy. Again, there's no defense here. But we will show some plays from yesterday's practice that were with some defense. So we're going to break down that in just a minute. Here was another interesting play from today's practice. Again, no defense, but kind of just an install day trying to show some plays. And I feel like they would probably, or should probably limit these to not be recorded because other teams could potentially see this, but it just goes to show they don't care, man. Hey, you can see what we're doing over here in practice. We do not care. So they're going to fake a handoff here up the middle with Kareem Hunt. They're then going to send Rashee Rice off this way and kind of get into a speed option with Patrick Mahomes and Rashee Rice. So fake the handoff, get into a speed option, pitch it over to Rashee, works beautifully. Again, no defense here, so I don't actually know how a defense would have responded to a play like this. I am excited to see how it looks versus an actual defense, which is why I wish that this was during 11s and 7s and whatnot. But it's obviously not. But interesting play there. I could definitely see them pulling that out during a random game this season where they're up by 21 points and they're just throwing some things out there to see how it works. And again, very intriguing play, at least in my eyes. Again, working off play action, we're going to fake a quick little handoff to Kareem Hunt, try to get those second level defenders to bite down, even though there is no second level defenders. And right here, we're going to hit Jalen Royals in stride up that left sideline on a crosser off the play action once again. I know this is not very entertaining because there's no defense. That is way more interesting when they actually are going up against a defensive unit. But let's actually go through some of yesterday's practice again. The plays that I didn't show you guys, we can kind of break those down now. If you guys want to see them. If not, it's all good. Make sure you guys do me a big favor. Hit the like button for more of this content. Again, they have tomorrow off. We should be covering Friday's practice. And then obviously make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And we got you guys covered throughout the entirety of this year's offseason. Throughout training camp, preseason football, and regular season as well. All 22 coaches film once that season does start, and they have games next week. So hey, football is back. Football is back. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's dive into more of yesterday's practice. All right, here's a play from a couple of days ago that was really crazy. Ended up actually hurting Xavier Worthy. I believe this is the play. His head kind of got hurt on. You can see he smacks his head into the ground here. Not a great thing. Almost comes away with it, and if it wasn't for that head injury, he might have hung on. But this is a crazy play, right? You're going to see Pacheco kind of fill the A-gap and then get out onto a quick route. He ends up being wide open, but ultimately, Mahomes takes this shot down the field. He sees one-on-one coverage because he was able to get this safety to kind of stay pat over the middle of the field, stay patient over the middle of the field, which kind of gave him a little bit of leverage to throw this thing down in one-on-one coverage, essentially a yes-no read. Great throw. Almost an unbelievable catch there by Xavier Worthy, but this was the play that he ultimately went down and, will be missing a little bit of time with that head injury. Was not there today. We'll see if he's back for Friday's practice. But again, when you talk about Pat Mahomes and his ball placement ability, I mean, it is really unbelievable what this dude can do with the football. And, having him alone makes you a championship contender. It just does, man. He is such an elite quarterback. And Hollywood Brown was healthy during this practice as well. He goes down with, I believe, an ankle injury, which is tough. Let's actually see. My guy Farzin said, here's a look at the Xavier Worthy injury from today's practice. Andy Reid said it was a head injury for Worthy, Hollywood with an ankle injury, and Sky with a hamstring injury. So that's 3 injuries in basically just one practice, which ultimately just absolutely sucks. We also did see the defense come away with a couple of plays during yesterday's practice. Here's a Trent McDuffie interception. He believes he has a one-on-one opportunity with 85 here on a corner route. But ultimately, the DB, Trent McDuffie, does a beautiful job reading, reacting, and kind of over pursuing this man. Does a great job. Not over pursuing it, but pursuing it perfectly. Ends up coming away with this interception here on Patrick Mahomes. Beautiful job. Again, you can tell he kind of baited, right? So he's covering this outside threat towards that front pylon. And essentially, he did a good job, and we can't see, but it looks like he did a good job reading and reacting to what the quarterback was looking at, and then having enough speed to get where he needed to be. Now again, if he's all the way down here on that guy, it's not happening. Holmes takes a one-on-one shot, ends up not being a one-on-one shot, ends up being an interception. Great job by McDuffie, reading, reacting, and attacking to that ball. Great job here. In the red zone, too. Also heard some really good things by Harrison Butker, man. He's out here grinding, putting in work every single day, and we all know how good he is as a kicker in the NFL, so we're probably going to be seeing him dominate for another year. But I am going to end the video here again. Very light practice. You guys can go follow Farzin for more updates. I mean, just scrolling through his page, you're going to see so many different clips from every single practice. So make sure you guys go follow him if you haven't already done so yet. Helps out so much. We've also seen Tamba Hali at practice as well. Spent some time with Mike Dana after yesterday's practice. He's always been a guy that people look up to and kind of look to for a little bit of development. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's practice. Let me know what you guys think. They have tomorrow off, and then they're back on Friday. So, like, button, subscribe, comment down below a couple of guys you think could break out. Tyquan Thornton, for me, is one of them during preseason. I think he's going to be good, man. So, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.